The Big Breakfast.
We're glad you're with us on The Big Breakfast on 91.3 Capital FM, fresh hits for Uganda.
If you ask anybody in Kampala if they know Jackie Lumbasi, they'll say, of course, I know her voice. This charismatic Kenyan took over Uganda by storm. She now co-presents The Big Breakfast Show on Capital Radio, and it doesn't look like she's stopping there. Do you like being the voice? Do you enjoy this sort of the power that you have? Because radio here is huge.
I'm so blessed to be on the breakfast show that is most listened to. I don't take that for granted, and I do the show with two other guys. Now, for me to be the only female on that show, then for sure my voice will be heard. Of course, it comes with a huge responsibility because, again, in most cases, people expect you to be right. People will take your word for the truth. That's the gospel truth. As long as Jackie says this, that's what we go with.
And so you're Kenyan originally,
yes,
and you came to Uganda to study.
Yeah.
There is some mobility in Eastern Africa between the countries. People go to work and travel. Did you feel accepted as a Kenyan?
Very much. Yeah. I keep saying Uganda for now is more home than Kenya. I know Uganda more than I know Kenya. I know Ugandans more than I know Kenyans. And so I would be lying if I told you that they ever made me feel like a foreigner. I was accepted instantly.
Are you taking me to have some coffee in a nice coffee shop?
Yes, it's got the most beautiful view of Kampala. It's a place called Kasia Lodge. Kasia Lodge, I go there when I want to read a book. I go there when I want to stay away from people. Now, unfortunately for me, since I am Jackie of Capital FM, when I am there reading a book, somebody will recognize me and they will want my attention. So what do? Forget about the book and start talking.
Where are we right now? Tell me.
We are in a place called Buziga.
Which is outside. We're not in Kampala City anymore.
No, we're not in Kampala City. We're in the outskirts.
Suburbs.
Suburbs.
One of the reasons for me to do this project was because I realized by coming here for 3 years to the region, to East Africa, how unknown the life here is.
Of course, I get sick of the fact that it will always be the negative narration. Somebody talks about Africa and it's always something negative. They will come and report about war and starvation and this drought and, this unrest.
But they never talk about this beautiful scenery.
They don't talk about this beautiful scenery. Exactly. You understand? They don't do that. This coffee, they don't talk about that. So when you've come here and we are done with the war, do you come back to us after 100 days to give the world the post 100 days coverage? People don't do that. So it's very clear where they want this to go. And most people that rely on international news channels for information on Africa will get that vibe. It's bad. It's bogus. There's nowhere you'll go sit and enjoy the sun and see it set. You will not be in a place and there is no beggar or some starved, famished child coming. People just think there's no peace anywhere in this continent, which is wrong.